there's a reason why we call it show business. And you know, when you're looking to make that transition from being an amateur to being a professional in the film industry, one of the things that you have to look for is a talent agent.
A talent agent.
So what we're going to do today is we actually have with us Chandra Bourne, who's with Cast Images, one of Sacramento's foremost talent agencies, and we're going to talk about and kind of demystify the talent agency. Yeah. So, Chandra, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, this is great. Yeah.
So I guess let's just start off and just tell us a little bit about Cast Images, how you got started, and a little bit about your deep roots here in Sacramento.
Well, I grew up in Sacramento, and so I'm from here. I know it very well. But I worked as a model for about 10 years and was able to travel all over the world, live in all different cities, from Paris to San Francisco to Tokyo to Milan to Chicago, which was great. It was such a great experience. But when I was done modeling and it was time to kind of settle down, I thought real hard about it and decided that Sacramento was really where I wanted to be. I love it here. So that was 23 years ago that I opened Cast Images, and we've been going strong ever since.
Wow.
That's really saying something, that it's 23 years. I mean, that's amazing. That says something about your agency. It says something about you. I have a question. It's kind of offbeat in a sense, but was that scary for you to do that?
Which part?
To start a business like a casting agency? What was that about?
I was only 24. And frankly, I didn't really know what I was getting into, which was a good thing, because if I would have known, I think I would have run screaming. But it's been great. I mean, it's been a great journey. There's been tons of changes with the business over the years and growth, and it's never boring. It's great. So no, I wasn't really scared because I didn't know to be scared.
To be scared, yeah, that's good.
Didn't have a mortgage, didn't have kids, none of that stuff. So.
Well, to have an agency for 23 years, I was speaking with somebody else on our production team, and that says so much about the reliability of you. And I'm so glad that you could be here as an industry expert that our audience here, as well as that's watching, can trust. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that. I was looking at your website, of course, when we do our research and things, and I noticed that on your mission, it's very simple, but I loved it because it said a lot. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think it said, good work with good people. Explain that a little bit, because it's short, but it's rich.
It's really rich, and that little phrase encompasses really what I want for the business. From the very beginning, coming to this business as former talent, we all have our horror stories, having been talent, right? And the people who work with me, the same thing. They all have talent backgrounds. And I really, when I opened the agency, wanted to do it differently. I wanted it to be a talent-centric agency where the most important thing to us is what's right for the talent. So it's not what's the most convenient for us. It's not necessarily what the client wants. It's what is the best thing for the talent growth and well-being. So there's that. So that's something about good work. And then it's also good people in that we really choose who we work with. We choose the talent that are people that we enjoy working with. So when we come to work every day, we're excited to get phone calls from them. We're excited to get them jobs. We choose the clients that we want to work with. If there's a client that doesn't treat our talent well or doesn't treat us well, we let them go.
Really?
And then I also work really hard to make it a good place for my employees to work so that they have the opportunity to grow and also do good work. So there's all of those things, and then there's also that we have always given 5% of earnings to charity.
Right.
And so that's another thing that as we're going to work each day, it's not just about making money for the company or paying our salaries or getting work for the talent, but it's also knowing that at the end of the year, I get to make that donation of 5%. And that's one of my favorite days of the year. I love it.
That is
that's
really
awesome.
neat. You know, for people who are looking, who are trying to make that transition, and they're trying to consider, you know, do I need a talent agency, or they want to get a talent agent. One, how do they know that they're ready to go to take that step and seek out a talent agency? And then number two, how do they know what's the industry standard that they should look for in a talent agency?
Well, that's definitely a two-part question.
Yes.
The first part, how do you know when you're ready? number one, you need to be ready to treat this as a business. I know that for a lot of talent, it kind of is a hobby, and it sort of has to be because it's hard to make a living at it. But they have to remember that to us and to our clients, it's $1 billion industry.
Right.
Right.
There's no time for you to treat it like a hobby. So if you're ready to take that step and you think you're ready to get an agency, you need to be ready to make that commitment to really being a pro. And that means having the right materials, having the right skill set, and being available to go to auditions and go to bookings. Because if you can't audition, you can't work. So that's kind of the basics.
Yeah.
We do take people of all different levels. We take sometimes people that are brand new, if they have the right look and the right kind of demographic for what clients are looking for, and then we help develop them to get them ready. Other times we take people on who already have an extensive resume that have maybe moved here from LA or something like that. So that's great too. So I would definitely encourage people to submit, even if you feel like maybe you aren't quite ready. The worst thing will happen is you won't get a response.
Right.
And then if that's the case, submit again in 6 months. You know, that's fine. Build your resume, work at it, try again. The second part of the question of how to find a good talent agency, the first thing you need to do is make sure that they're licensed. There is the Department of Industrial Relations in California licenses agencies. You can go to their website, look in their database, make sure the agency's licensed. That's the absolute bare minimum thing to do. Past that, look at their website, look at their social media, really get a sense of, is this agency doing the type of work that I see myself doing?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
important.
Does it look like it's a good
Right.
fit for me? And is it legitimate work? I mean, if you go to their website and you see a bunch of girls in bikinis laying on hot rods, you know,
Question.
maybe that's the work you want, maybe it's not. You need to see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't look good in a bikini.
Yeah. I mean, bikinis are fine, but you know, if you're
Not
looking
for
for a film agent, probably not it. Yeah, not for you. Come on, am I? No. That's not good.
We can take that out of the bucket list.
Yeah, okay. So finding one that's a good fit for you is really important, and then just getting a sense of what do the people seem like behind the agency when you know, send your pictures in, or you look at their website, or you look at their social media. Do they seem professional? Do they seem... it's a gut, you know, you kind of have to do your homework. And if it seems too good to be true, if somebody's giving you a card in the mall, and then you call and they want you to take classes and pay for pictures and things like that, that's not an agent. Know that in California, it's illegal for agencies to make money off of anything except for commission. So if an agency, a talent agent, is trying to sell you classes or photos or anything else, run.
Bingo.
They're not a real agency.
That is an excellent point. And
It
I think that
is.
a lot of folks in the industry are faced with, they're presented that kind of opportunity. And I
Unfortunately.
think that's a really good point.
Yeah, you know, you were talking just a few minutes ago about behind the scenes of an agency. And, you know, it just struck me, again, when we were researching, I was thinking, what is it like to be in the agency? Maybe help us understand. Okay, so for example, we're talent, obviously, in this and different things, but we would benefit from understanding what goes on from the agency's point of view. You know, what happens during the day of an agency? I think that would help others that are looking.
Well, we joke about this all the time at the office and say, if only our talent could each come in and intern for a week.
Yeah.
You know, they would have such a better understanding of really how the business works. Because as talent, it feels really personal.
Right.
You know, you go out there and it's like, am I going to get the job? Do they like me? Do they not like me? Am I right? Am I not right? And when you're on the other side of it every day in the office, you really realize it's not personal. It's just the client's trying to find the right person for the right job and kind of sifting through lots of numbers and finding the right one. And it's not about whether they like you. It's not about whether you're a good person. Often it's not even if you're a good actor, because they have plenty of good actors to choose from. It's just which one is the right fit. So that's one thing that would be really nice for people to see. But the other thing is just how many different things we have to juggle every day. We can be working on a submission for a SAG film. You know,
Okay.
so we'll have that going on where we're trying to pick the right people and get them all submitted online and that kind of stuff. Check their schedules, make sure there aren't conflicts, check union statuses, all that kind of stuff. At the same time, we're trying to call out castings and get people to their castings tomorrow because everything's next day notice. We're also reading over releases, making sure usage is correct and that it matches up to what we were told on the casting, so that when talent get on set and they have to sign off on a release, it's correct. We mark all those up, read every single line, make sure those are right, and if they're not, go back to the client, negotiate that. We might be negotiating rates on another project, editing photos that have come in on someone's new headshot, taking a phone call from a mom who's in a panic about what her kid should wear to the first audition that they're going to.
Yeah.
Fielding phone calls of people who are lost on the way to San Francisco or stuck on the bridge and can't get there on time. It's really a juggling act, and it's dealing with so many different personalities, from the clients to the talent to the parents to just the people in the office, because we all are right on top of each other all day, and it's very, very busy and hectic.
I'm like seeing you on a unicycle juggling and
It
singing
feels like
a
that
song at the
sometimes.
same time while blindfolded.
Yeah.
kind of.
And yet, at the same time, you've got people in your hands that are trusting you.
Yeah.
With
Absolutely.
you and I were talking with you earlier about the fact that I come to you and say, this is what I'd like to do. It's my passion, it's my heart, or I'm really driven, and I say yes, sign the line. But I've got kids at home, and I need to feed them, and so I'm actually saying, Chandra, I'm trusting you to help me to work. And it sounds to me like you've developed an agency that really takes that seriously. But it really helps for me, the person, to understand what you're doing to help me work.
Right.
That's really valuable.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Well, a good thing to realize is that we don't make any money at all if our talent don't work. That's our only income stream. So our salaries don't get paid, our lights aren't on, our website bill doesn't get paid, nothing, unless our people work. So every single thing we do every day is to further that goal,
I see.
to get our talent work.
Yeah.
That's all
Right.
that we're there for. So that, I think, helps a little bit.
Yeah, it does. So the relationship between the agency and the talent is crucial. I know you've shared a lot about that, but is there one last thing that you would like for us to know and the audience to know how important that relationship is? Because it is a relationship.
It absolutely is. But I think what people don't understand sometimes is it's definitely a business relationship. I mean, I'm going to be friendly with you, I'm going to take your phone call, I'm going to return your emails, but you're not my friend.
Right.
It's a business
Right.
relationship. And so we are very, very professional, and we take our jobs very seriously, and we'll do just about anything to make it work for our talent, but we expect the same in return.
Absolutely.
We expect
Exactly.
absolute professionalism, that people are on time, that they have the skill set that they need to have, that they have the marketing materials that they need to have, that they are available to go to auditions, that they're going to go in there and hit it out of the park when they
Great.
do audition. And then we're going to be back there cheering and so excited and can't wait to tell them about the job.
Yeah.
Right.
But it really is a mutual respect and mutual trust and mutual professionalism.
Awesome.
Well, you know what? That was fantastic.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be right back. And Amy's going to be with members of our audience who have some questions for Chandra. And so we'll look forward to talking with you in a few minutes. Which provides filmmakers an opportunity to learn and network with film industry professionals from throughout the Sacramento region. Join us each Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Access Sacramento, 4623 T Street, Suite A, Sacramento, California. We'll see you at the movies. Sacramento Film Works is done in partnership with Access Sacramento. It airs on the first Saturday of each month on Comcast Channel 17 and AT&T Uverse Channel 99.
That you are still with us. This is really a great program and a great topic that we're talking about that's going to affect you directly. We've got a couple of questions from our audience that they would like to address to Chandra Bourne, who, if you're just joining us, is the CEO of Cast Images Talent Agency right here in Sacramento. Fantastic agency, but let's get those questions. And your first name is?
Yes, my name is Angie, and I have a question. When you audition actors, what are some of the qualities that you look for, and what are those things that you don't?
It's a good question. What we really look for in actors is somebody who lights up the room when they come in. So it's really somebody that we know will be able to go into a casting director and win them over. Of course, you have to have talent, that's kind of a given, but on top of that, there's that little undefinable thing that just sets you apart. You also really need to have a certain confidence, again, to where you can go in and just be at home on set, at home in the audition room, and not have like a neediness about you. It needs to be a real solid grounding in yourself and in your talent and your skills.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good question. And we've got one more question for you, Chandra. And your first name?
Hi, I'm Casey.
And your question.
And my question is, what are some of the misconceptions that you found that actors may have about talent agents?
I think the biggest misconception is that we get people jobs. But actually what an agency does is we get you opportunities to audition. You get the job. We don't get to pick who the client hires. And I think that people sometimes think, once I get an agency, I'm done. I can just sit back and wait for the jobs to roll in. And that's absolutely not true. It's like once you get an agency, you've just hit the starting gate.
Wow,
Good
that's
question.
fantastic.
Thanks
Well,
so much.
if folks are interested in either submitting with Cast Images or getting more information about Cast Images, how can they get a hold of you?
Oh, it's super easy. You just go to our website, which is castimages.com. There's all kinds of information there. There's links to our social media, and there's actually a link right at the top of the page that says join, and you can submit right online. Super easy.
All right, fantastic, everyone. Chandra Bourne. Sacramento Film Works is done in partnership with Access Sacramento. It airs on the first Saturday of each month on Comcast Channel 17 and AT&T Uverse Channel 99. Sacramento Film Works is sponsored by the Northern California Filmmakers Coalition, which provides filmmakers an opportunity to learn and network with film industry professionals from throughout the Sacramento region. Join us each Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Access Sacramento, 4623 T Street, Suite A, Sacramento, California. We'll see you at the movies.
Well, welcome back. We are so thankful that you guys are here and watching the show today. We've got an exciting segment of our program. This is where we get a chance to spotlight someone that's doing something right here, homegrown in our area. And I would like for you to welcome with us Mark Gonzales, who is from Sacramento. So welcome, Mark. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
This is excellent.
Yeah.
So again, you are from Sacramento
I am from Sacramento.
and
Yes.
been here all your life other than college or?
Yeah, I went to university in a small town in Oregon, but I've come back and I'm set and ready to go, and have been sort of tossed myself in the film community in the last year.
Okay, so you tossed yourself in the film community. How? What did you do?
So basically, I was trying to figure out how I can contribute to the film community. I'm foremost, I'm an actor.
Okay.
But there's certain things you can do. But I didn't have any technical skills. So I was looking on the internet one day, and I was like, there's not really a comprehensive film website to kind of put together a bunch of different features. So that's something that I started, and I didn't know anything about website development until about 10 months ago. So here I go.
Really? Wow. And the name of the company that Mark is referring to is called Sac Films Scene. SacFilmScenes.com. So tell us a little bit about the need that you saw to create this entity.
Sure. As of right now, there wasn't a comprehensive film website. So if someone says, I would like to learn improv, okay, they can look up an improv class in Sacramento, and you'll get a lot of different, and maybe a particular company or a particular group that does improv.
Right.
But I wanted to kind of culminate them into one list so that people can just click on it and say, here's a list of available programs that are in their area.
Oh, I see.
And then there's other features as well.
Okay. So it's become more of a comprehensive resource guide? Is it okay to say that it's a real comprehensive resource guide that people that are in the industry can go to and find?
Yeah, there's
what type of
a film crew list. So if you have 3 years or more of professional experience, you can add yourself to the crew guide. And then if you have a little less than that, which there's a lot of folks that are hobbyists and have less experience in Sacramento and the surrounding county areas, can subscribe to the Open Crew guide. There's also a class directory, and also I really wanted this site to be a knowledge base. So if you go on, for example, you go to backstage.com, you see a bunch of articles written by really legitimate casting directors and whatnot.
Right.
That's something that I know Sacramento has that kind of talent and it has that kind of knowledge, and I'm hoping that's something that we can do in the future.
So you guys are still working on that right now. So what type of response have you seen? Did you start this 10 months ago? And have you seen it starting to build and people are starting to dip into the website and use it?
Well, this is part of the reason why I'm here, because I want more people to partake in it and the resources there. I am definitely still developing the site. I mean, there's a lot of information that I can add on, but it's growing right now. It's definitely, and I've been through a couple different meetings to introduce the site. And just for clarification, it's just myself.
Okay.
So it's not a company of people. It's just,
so you're wearing all the hats.
It's just me.
Yeah.
So,
Good for
but
you.
if anybody would like to help, let me know.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And just to clarify also, you've been somewhat active in the Northern California Filmmakers Coalition, which is what this television show is produced through. Have you been able to find contacts through the coalition as well?
Contacts
and helpers and just people that have shown some interest.
Well, this is my first time sort of introducing the site formally to this group, and actually there is some talk in a group that we can start connecting a lot more.
Fantastic. So you and I had a chance to talk a little bit about your heart, your desire, and why you did this. Why don't you talk to our audience about what you shared with me?
I'm gonna tell you a little story, Sacramento. No, I guess as an actor, I can go out and I can, and I'm doing this, of course. I'm going on auditions and things like this, and going on through the front line and trying to develop myself in a career. So anyway, but I kind of took a different route. I took the back door. I wanted to start creating an infrastructure. Now that's a word I'm just throwing out there that, of course, it takes a lot of work and a lot of people.
Right.
But I really I'm very passionate about creating a community of people. And that's why I wanted to make the call out that there's a news feed onto the site. And if you know anything about cameras, if you have an acting experience that you went to San Francisco and you just had a blast there doing something, let me know. And I think I am such a believer that these experiences can be read by other people that are in the community, and they can learn from that. And that, to me, builds a knowledge base that we already have.
Right.
But for the site, I'm just giving it a platform, a formal platform for people to start adding their information on.
Great. Thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate your passion.
Yeah.
It comes through with what you're doing. And not only that, but you're helping others, not just helping yourself, but helping others. And that's what really makes a difference. It does. So thank you so much for being here.
Amy.
We're glad you're here, and we really wish you the best. Again, how do we contact you, and what is the name of the site?
Yeah, the site is Sac Film Scene, as in SCENE.
Okay.
And sacfilmscene@gmail.com.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Help me welcome and thank Mark Gonzales. Thanks again so much for being here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome. We are going to be right back. Hang on. We'll see you in just a minute.
To become a part of our live studio audience and to meet and greet film industry professionals, visit our website at www.ncfc.tv. To keep up to date on Sacramento area film industry news or to view previous episodes of Sacramento Film Works, simply go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/NCFC-TV, or you can connect with our YouTube channel by going to our website at ncfc.tv. Well, that's it for this episode. Sacramento Film Works is a project of the Northern California Filmmakers Coalition in partnership with Access Sacramento. We'd like to thank our spotlight guest, Mr. Mark Gonzales of SacFilmScene.com, and our industry expert, Chandra Bourne of Cast Images. I'm your host, Craig DeLuz.
And I'm your co-host, Amy Harry. Thank you so much for being here. We really hope that you learned a lot. This is why the show is created. It's to bring resources to you so that you can be better. Sacramento Film Works, where we show you how film works.
Sacramento Film Works is done in partnership with Access Sacramento. It airs on the first Saturday of each month on Comcast Channel 17 and AT&T Uverse Channel 99. Sacramento Film Works is sponsored by the Northern California Filmmakers Coalition, which provides filmmakers an opportunity to learn and network with film industry professionals from throughout the Sacramento region. Join us each Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Access Sacramento, 4623 T Street, Suite A, Sacramento, California. We'll see you at the movies. To become a part of our live studio audience and to meet and greet film industry professionals, visit our website at www.ncfc.tv. To keep up to date on Sacramento area film industry news or to view previous episodes of Sacramento Film Works, simply go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/NCFC-TV, or you can connect with our YouTube channel by going to our website at ncfc.tv.